Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and how's everyone doing? Been a couple weeks, hasn't it? It's been a little crazy, especially depending on where in the world you are. The last couple days, in particular here in America, have been quite insane with the coronavirus and people freaking out and all the sports being canceled around the world. It's definitely been a very memorable experience, to probably understate it. So I kind of wanted to do a channel update just to kind of let you guys know what's going down and kind of update you what's going on here in my life. So officially in Austin, as of this morning, we had the first 2 cases of coronavirus confirmed. Now, those numbers are kind of BS for the simple fact that in America specifically, there has been a lack of testing. It's been pretty interesting, but in Austin in particular, in Texas actually, especially, if you got tested or if you went to the hospital thinking you had these symptoms, unless you went to a foreign country that had issues with the coronavirus or came into direct contact with someone you know had coronavirus, they weren't allowed to actually test you for the coronavirus, which made it rather awkward considering we probably have a bunch of people walking around right now who have had it, who have been spreading it. And you talk about the fact that the incubation period is like 2 to 7 days that you can catch it and before you actually display symptoms and can spread it. So because of that, just the fact that we have 2 confirmed cases probably means we have a lot more than 2. But good thing for me is, the industry I work in is tech/production. And so because of that, a lot of our future events, actually all of our future events, have actually become canceled. And so yesterday was my last official day. I say official day as if I'm getting fired. I'm not getting fired, but literally because I'm a part-time worker, there is just no hours for me to come in and work. There's no events happening. There is no job for me to do. They can't pay me, which is okay for the time being. We'll see how long it goes on. It might get a little sketchy, but it really kind of puts things in perspective for me, especially because when March Madness all of a sudden got canceled, I think I put out a tweet, which I've been putting out a lot of tweets the last couple days. But anyways, my first thought was, man, I feel really bad for all of the stadium workers and all of the service workers and stuff, because essentially they're all hourly, probably like me, and most likely they're all going to be at home without any opportunity to make any money. And that's just going to make things really awkward. And, there are some talks here in America about passing some bills for replacing wages for people who are missing out because of the coronavirus. But it seems like all of those bills are going to only help people that are basically missing hours because they're sick. People like me who are completely healthy and who could go work right now are kind of screwed and aren't going to see any of that. Now, I can go apply for unemployment, and I've looked into that because you can actually get unemployment if you just have reduced hours, but the amount of money I would get from it is not particularly great compared to what I was making before. In addition to that, I also have to be actively searching for another job, and I like my job, so I don't know. I might end up doing that. We might see. Right now, I'm just kind of keeping things one day at a time. But like I said, the nice thing is I'm not having to go out of the house now, and me and Emily are pretty well stocked on stuff just in case things get really, really terrible, and mostly just so we can kind of avoid going out as much as possible. But yeah, so hopefully that means I won't be getting exposed, so, I got that going for me. Emily does, however, work in a public industry, and as of now, she still is having to go to work. We're going to just keep an eye on that. We'll see if eventually, she's not going to be able to work from home or something like that. Not quite sure. But she is getting exposed. Obviously, if she gets exposed, I'm going to get exposed probably. So, there are problems there, but For now, things seem to be okay. Now, how this relates to the channel is because I have literally nothing else going on, hopefully I'm going to be able to gear up my videos. So when I was doing this kind of as a full-time thing, I was getting basically 4 videos a day, I think is what we were averaging, which was a pretty good number. And we were trying to live stream 3 times a week. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that just because Puppy is still pretty independent. She's gotten better. She's definitely getting better and better and better. But, there's definitely days I actually started recording this video a little bit earlier, and then she started barking at me because she wanted to go outside. And I was like, oh my gosh. So she's still a puppy. She's actually, today's her 5-month birthday. birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Parker. I gotta actually remember to wish her a happy birthday. But yeah, today she's officially 5 months, so she's still a puppy, you know, and she's still of a breed that very much wants to be around people, and so she gets a little sad if she's not around me. So because of that, I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to record because, you know, if she's barking at me, if I can get like an hour in on her nap, you know, and she starts barking at me, it's not like, I mean, I could go put her in her cage and record, but I don't really want to do that. So we'll see. I might end up doing some of that just so I can get some work done. We'll just play it by ear, but I'm definitely planning on amping it up. So a couple of things we want to do. Number one, Civ 6 came to an end today. We will be starting a new series on that, maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday. I got to figure out when I'm going to actually start recording it, because today we're going to actually probably end up finishing our Broken Line series, which I've had a lot of fun with that game. That game's really pretty entertaining. I think it's kind of become somewhat same old, like every combat's kind of becoming a little bit of the same thing. So I'm not having as much fun with it as I was in the beginning, but I definitely think it was a pretty good game. Definitely up there with Wilder Myth as maybe one of my best XCOM alternatives. But anyways, today, as soon as I finish this video, I'm going to start recording some more of those and hopefully just finish that series up. I have no idea how many more episodes we're going to have of that. I think we might be on the last mission, but I thought we were on the last mission, so who knows? There might be another 20 missions after this. So that series is going to go to completion. We'll start a new Civ 6 series probably tomorrow, and since I have all this extra time now and I know people have been asking for it, we're going to go ahead and do another AI only championship series, because why not? I talked about doing it this summer with the Euro Cup, because I generally tend to do them around, it seems like, soccer events, but heck, we might as well do it now because I have all the time. And one of the main reasons I didn't want to do it right now is just because I've had these other series going on, and so I just didn't want to invest, you know, a bunch of times into an AI only series if I didn't have it. But with me looking like I'm not going to have work for the next month and a half, maybe 2 months, let's do it. And then also that tends to get pretty decent views, and this is a little, you know, behind the scenes, but, you know, better views means better money for me. So, you know, if I got to supplement my income by getting higher views series, then yeah, we're going to do that. I don't know what else we're going to do. I'm playing all these XCOM-like series makes me want to go back and actually play some more XCOM 2. I know we had some of the missions, whatever those things were called, so we may look into that. But the other thing is I have my Vive system currently hooked up, and we're definitely going to be hopping into Half-Life Alyx when it comes out here in a couple weeks. I have been actively looking forward to that game. Hooking my VR system, my Vive back up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot how freaking fun VR is. I might end up just doing a couple of the random VR games we have, like maybe 1 or 2 shots, just, you know, just because they're fun and they might be entertaining to watch. I don't know, hopefully. But we might hop into them. No promises on that. The other thing is Tuesday, Federations for Stellaris is coming out, unless, of course, you know, it gets delayed because of coronavirus, which surely not. Like, I'm assuming the game should be good. The only thing would be whether or not the servers, but like, even that, I don't think that would be an issue, because they'd probably just upload the game to Steam. I don't know how it works, but anyways, planning on hopping onto that on Tuesday, and the fact that I will be home Tuesday means I will definitely have videos on that on Tuesday. I wasn't originally going to hop into Stellaris Federations, but I've been reading a lot about it and the improvement to diplomacy and the backstories, the origin stories they have now for the game. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and so I'm quite excited for it. Probably the most excitement I've had for Stellaris since maybe the second or third patch that came out. Like, it's been a while since I've been as excited for Stellaris as I am now, just because after a while Stellaris kind of felt a little bit samey. You know, I don't know, it just didn't have the longevity to me as a game like Civ 6 has, which, by the way, we're just running this in the background just to have something going while we're talking, but actively looking forward to that. So that's going to be starting on Tuesday. We're going to be doing an AI only series. The AI only series will probably start up after Broken Lines ends, although Broken Lines might actually go with Federations. But like I said, I'm going to definitely try getting at least 3 videos a day active, and then 4 videos a day, hopefully. And then the other thing is we're going to try live streaming again. Now, with the live streaming, I can't make any promises because Parker's nap time is different every day, it seems like. How long she stays down for the nap is different every day. Next week, it looks like there's going to be a lot of rain, which means I'm not going to be able to take her for walks, which means she's going to be a little more energetic. Also, you got to remember, she's a Samoyed, and so because of that, she is a little bit more high energy than most dogs. In fact, you know, if you hadn't seen my dog, I'm going to hopefully remember to put a picture of her, like, right now, so you can see what she looks like. She's starting to get a little big for sure. But because of that, it's hard for me to sit here and live stream at home because once she's up, she's going to be awake. And it's like, I don't want to start a live stream and then 20 minutes later have her interrupt it and just have to cancel the live stream. That just sucks. Also, I'd kind of like to announce it ahead of time. So because of that, we're going to have to wait until Emily's off, which next week, unless something changes with the coronavirus and she's off earlier, I know she's off, I think Friday and Saturday next week. So we'll definitely be live streaming on those days. And the other thing is, those days I don't have to worry about, recording videos for YouTube, because sometimes I'll have like the day off and I could potentially live stream, but I have to spend that day recording for YouTube because I'm so far behind because work has been crazy. Well, with work not being crazy, we should be good to go. So like I said, we're going to hope for 3-4 series. We're going to hope to live stream at least twice a week, if not more, depending on Emily's days off. We're going to try changing those up, maybe do like an afternoon time and evening time, morning time, depending on where you are in the world. And basically, I just kind of hope you guys all stay healthy, all stay safe. I know you guys might be like me. It's been really hard for me to watch anything the last couple days besides the news. I don't know. It's just, I think the best description I've had is someone on Twitter I follow described it as the time between the first plane hit the first World Trade Center and the time before the second plane hit the second World Trade Center, where it's just like this, like the world is burning and you don't know what to do, and it's just like this constant feeling. And the only thing I can imagine is this would be the exact same feeling if like there was a war going on in the world right now. And I know some people in the world this might not be a big deal depending on where you are. I know other people in the world, you might have to deal with even more crazier stuff, and this is just stupid comparatively, but man, this has definitely just been a huge life change here, especially in America. I mean, I think, like I said, the sports just going down yesterday was just kind of an oh crap moment, and you can kind of just tell, just like from, because we went to H-E-B, which is our grocery store, yesterday morning, just to kind of make sure we just had enough stuff, just get a couple extra meats, just in case things go bad. Really bad. And I don't think it'll get to that point, but I mean, if workers start getting sick, man, I don't know. But anyways, we were there in the morning, and it was a little crazy, but not too bad. There was no toilet paper because, that's literally everywhere in the world. And there was no hand sanitizer, that kind of thing. When we left, it started getting busier and busier. My dad actually called me in the afternoon. He was like, yeah, don't go to H-E-B if you haven't yet. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, it just came from there, and it's just lines. And I looked on Reddit, and there were pictures of our H-E-B, and the lines were just like crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then last night, Emily decided to go back to H-E-B just so we could get some brownie mix, because it's like, if we're going to be stuck in the house, let's make some brownies. And so she made some brownies, but there was no ground beef. There was like no meat whatsoever. She got the last 2 brownie mixes, and she said like the lines were just like backed up all the way. So, it's just absolutely psychotic and crazy. And probably the best analogy of how things are going down is I took Parker today and for a walk, and she's a puppy. She doesn't understand. The fact that we're supposed to have social distancing and stuff like that. And so near the end of the walk, there was some dad pushing his 5-year-old daughter around in a carriage, and the girl was like, oh, look at the cute puppy, I want to pet the puppy. And both me and the dad just kind of like walked a little bit further away. Like I took Parker into the grass, and he just kind of like kept on pushing. Where normally they would be like, oh yeah, let's pet the dog because she's super cute and she's super nice. But now it's like, nah, we're just gonna keep going and let's not interact and let's just stay our distance. And that's probably the best analogy of how things are actually right now in Austin, Texas. So, if only we had things like universal basic income so we didn't have to worry about this. If only we had free Medicare for all, so, the money. Like, the thing is, I was actually at the doctor, and that's the other funny thing. I booked a doctor appointment today for my anxiety medication like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, before this got crazy. And so I'm like, I don't want to freaking go to the doctor today. Literally, like, the doctor's office, it was just, like, silly. There were so many people there. I'm walking into the doctor's office while a dude wearing a mask is walking out coughing, and I'm just like, okay, do not touch anything. I had to sign a document with my hand or with a pen, and I like immediately am like squirting the hand sanitizer they had. And then the lady, she was like, yeah, we have to like clean every pen after everyone's use. And I'm like, good. Some of the doctor's offices, to actually go into the doctor's office, they were giving you a mask, and then both my doctor and my nurse both were wearing masks, not because they were exhibiting symptoms, but, you know, just to be careful. And if they did pick up something, then they wouldn't be spreading it, which absolutely awesome. But it's like, I'm here for anxiety, and it's like, this is actually making my anxiety worse. But man, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And it's like, man, it's times like this where you really discover the inefficiencies of how things are currently going. And hopefully this kind of pushes people to wake up in our country and adopt some policies and things like that that are actually going to make a major difference. Like, maybe let's not give $1.5 trillion to the stock market, you know, which is going to help for a whole 30 minutes. But, you know, enough politics, I guess. So anyways, that's what's happening here. I hope you guys are staying safe. I really, really do. I completely understand if you guys are just like, man, I am not in the mood for civilization right now. Like, it's even hard for me to play video games right now, which is crazy. This is like the first time in my life where it's just, at times, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't be having fun because it just kind of feels like that's the state of the world. And that's a depressing thought. It really is a depressing thought. So I hope we can get past this. I hope things are starting to get better and not worse. I mean, it seems like around the world, most everyone is starting to get better. Hopefully we just don't absolutely drop the ball and, you know, America doesn't become just an absolute terrible place to live for the next couple weeks. But we'll see. Hopefully we can all band together and, you know, I don't know. So anyways, I guess that's all I have to talk about. I don't really want to stop this video because I don't want to go back to real life. But yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Like I said, Broken Lines coming today, coming tomorrow. Actually coming tomorrow, not today. And probably the day after that. And the new series starting after that. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys stay safe. And I'll see you guys in a future video. Bye, everyone.